you doing today, love?
We're good. I was looking forward to today on our turn to listen and the Moss King, and always looking forward to Fridays now. It's a good thing. I feel like we're
Yes,
gonna grow this week, so I'm
yes.
applauding that. And I feel we're gonna get some traffic today, so let's get it going. Go ahead.
Amen. So I got some beautiful information, and one thing I would love to say to all the children that I met this week in front of Bronx, Lebanon. And one thing I loved it was about this little girl who's 7 years old, and she translates and runs the business with her mother, who doesn't speak English at all. And they sell, food and little gifts and things of that sort. So I want to give her a shout out. They're up at
Shout out
six
to her.
in the yeah, 6 in the morning. The baby is up. She's 7 years old. She does go to school. She talks to her father. She relates to him and tells him to be safe. She tells him how much she loves him and that mommy and daddy wants him. I mean, mommy and her wants him to be safe. And I thought that was so wonderful. She makes sure that her mother gets the right change. She makes sure that the clients get what they need. She translates for her mother. She packs it up. And I'm looking for children like that wants to work with their parents on every level. And we give them their support. So when you go to Bronx Lebanon Hospital and you see these young children with their parents, don't ignore them. Give them support, okay? Especially if they are translating and working with their family. It's of the importance that we give them support and motivate them. These are the children that'll be going to college and doing what they have to do and opening up their own business. I've seen this. I've witnessed this many times. They don't get into trouble. They don't, try to, and they grow up real quickly. And
Yeah, I
I
see
just
them all
want
the
to,
time on the
yes,
train. I see them. They sell candies and stuff,
yes,
and that's
yes,
a good upbringing for them.
yes. And
Yeah,
they know how to
they're taught
they take care.
responsibility early, which is good.
Yes, yes, they do. And the children are so spectacular. And I tell you, it's just a pleasure to meet someone 7 years old telling me all that
Shout
good
out to
stuff.
her. Shout out
Yes,
to
so I
them.
will be seeing her again, and I will ask her parents again if she could come on. She's a beautiful child, young woman. Okay, now we're going on to young adults being kidnapped and hurt. We're going to say a prayer for the 14-year-old that was stabbed to death. They're having a basketball game, okay, in his honor. It's unfortunate the child, like the aunt said, barely got his first mustache, never got into any type of trouble. So I ask God, to guide and protect his soul and hold on to the family. I ask you, Sadie, while you praying, to please pray for this family. Okay, when you pray on Sunday or whenever you pray for them because they need healing. All right. I mean, a lot of this family has been through a lot, and it was just 3 blocks away from his home. Okay, in the Bronx. So when you get a chance, and everybody, just look out for the families and look out for your kids. So, what my topic is today, as it is always, because human trafficking is large so much that other states are getting groups together to start looking out for their children. I think it's about time, especially New York City. Our mayor is not working for us. Our police are just coming onto the subways, and it takes so much. So we have to go back to old school. We have to start trusting and learning how to deal with GPS. There are cheap GPS and there are expensive ones, depending on how old your child is or how young your child is. It doesn't make a difference. I seen someone took their baby. 3 years old, to the pet shop to have them injected with a GPS that you give animals. We don't have to go to that extreme, but they were very serious about protecting their child. And this is not something that will hurt your child, but this is what the extremes will make you do when you want to feel secure and our government and police are not doing it for us. We must learn how to start paying attention to other children on subways, when you go to restaurants, if you're in the bathroom, pay attention to certain signs. Sometimes they might leave a message on the mirror, or they might pass you a note, or their eyes are giving you signatures, or they're looking at you. Okay, they might bump against you several times to make you say something. There's all kinds of things, but you must notice the ages that are being snatched off the street is between the ages of 12 to 19. Those are the ages that your organs, your vital system, everything that people are looking for, these children got. And I don't want to scare anyone, but it's vitally important and it's very serious at this time. And I'm begging you, please start tracking your children. Okay? You just like you track a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Oh, don't tell me you don't. You do. Track your baby. Okay? You track them. You got shows that, oh, he hurt. I can't find, you got shows, but you don't have any more shows that will show who's missing. Then there was a gentleman that used to put up a lot of pictures and things. I don't know if he's still alive, but he used to tell you how many children was missing in different cities. I'm hoping that we could go to that level as we grow. So the information I have for you, because this time I'm ready for you. Thank you, Edwin.
You're welcome. You're
Yes,
welcome.
I wrote down my information and it's called GPS tracking for kids. It's on Amazon. And we have the Bangkok Air Tracker. What it does is it pops up wherever you are on your parent's phone. It gives the serious information of where you located, and they will want to hear your voice. You have to speak to them wherever you located at. That's called the Bangkok Air Tag, and that is 49.99, $50. Okay. Now, if you can't afford that, we have another one called Autism, okay, Tracker. The Autism Tracker is a pin, you put it on, and it will track and locate and give them a little beep when they're out of area. There's a beep that comes on for your autistic child, and it's a little message that speaks to them. You're not near home area. So look on Amazon for that. Okay, we have another one for children, ball stick. No, it's a Bali B, and it's 22.95, and it's a tracking, and it's real nice. Like I said, it's for your children's clothing. So go check Amazon, and you can also get home hacking on Instagram. On Instagram, there's home tracking hacking that shows you can put a little camera on on your child's clothes or your child's bag or whatever, and you can follow and put on your computer and trace everywhere they go and have a location wherever they are.
Now
Okay.
that you speak on that, I have an ex employee of mine where I used to work
Okay.
at, and she had cameras all over her house, and
Yes.
she had a babysitter, and she used to watch everything the babysitter did throughout the day, which is a
Yes.
good thing. As there's people that are abusive with children, the way they speak to
Yes.
them, the way they, sometimes they even beat them. So
Yes.
it's good for you to have a system like that, just to
Yes.
ensure that your child is safe. That's a great thing. Definitely, technology has helped us with that, because in the 80s and 90s we didn't have all of that, so you didn't know what they were doing with our children. But now we have those capabilities, so that's a great thing.
Yeah. And I also want to let you know, not only just do we have that, we have is you can put your camera inside your daycare center. You don't have to
Oh,
have
I
their
I didn't
permission.
know that. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know that.
You don't
You
have
don't
to
have
have
to have
their
permission.
permission. No. You put your camera inside. You have your, they have to show their license, their daycare. Your child has a phone or attachment. You put that camera right there on their desk, or put it above where they can, lunchtime, you can see them and ask them anything you want. Okay, you have an agreement with the daycare. If they got issues with that, then you need to find someone that want to be cooperative, because they're taking care of your child. And anything that you need to ask them, you can't ask them during the day, but you can ask them just like after school. How did this happen? But you can see how things are happening, and you can also reprimand your child if they're incorrect. And I've seen a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
great to
grown,
know. That's
a
great
lot
to
of
know, because
grown.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. I'm hoping that parents will come together and really take seriously throughout the whole program. Once again, our turn to listen is about young adults and older people with children in all kinds of situations. So we have jobs that are available with CUCS, and they help with housing, they help with jobs, they help with the different levels of education for your employment. They help you with your resume, they help you with counseling, they help you learn about daycare. So that's cucs.org. Pay attention. Okay. I'm also concerned about all the fires that has been happening. Y'all have not been teaching your children fire drills. You have not been talking about fire drills. You have not been talking to them about putting informations and putting an emergency bag by the door. We must learn how to do these things. Put emergency bag by the door. That's with your important papers, your birth certificate, your driver's, a copy of your driver's license, social security, um, fingerprints, footprints, things of that sort, pictures. Okay, is there anything you'd like to add, Sadie?
I see that my brother Alex has joined us.
Okay, well,
Uh,
we're gonna
I'm listening. Though.
anything that you think that they would need as far as emergency information in their bag.
Well, you covered very well, Carolyn. I'm listening tonight. I'm
Forgot
listening.
my name. Dang. Okay. Well, I'll speak to you later. We have a guest coming on. Haven't seen him in a long time. I want to give him a big shout out. I want to give him a big hand clap. Snap, snap, snap. I can't wait to get into his clothing. And Edwin, will you do the honors?
yes, this is my brother Alex. He runs Team Matter. There he goes. It's a beautiful man. He kind of looks like me, like the slimmer version, and he has his own business. He set it up in Colorado, and I guess he can expand on it. My brother, how you doing? Love you, man.
Hi, how are you guys? Good morning.
We're
Hi.
good. So we're speaking with Carolyn. She's my partner, and Miss Sadie has joined us today. And I was telling them about your business and your custom made business, and and how proud I am of you that you've expanded. You've been through a lot of hardship in your life, and you're like in a great place right now. You're doing artwork. I'm representing you all the time, and I love your clothing, man. So let us know about your business.
Let
Yeah.
us listen.
So my name's Officer Vega. I work for the New York City Police Department. I currently work out of domestic violence in the 19th precinct. Um, Throughout my career, I've worked with youth from ages about 10 to 21, trying to help them get off the street, get them involved in emergency preparedness. I served as the lieutenant commander in the 50 precinct. I then moved on to work in the 44 precinct and in the office of the deputy commissioner of community affairs.
Yes.
Then I went to the police academy. I started working out of the 19th. I worked patrol here and in the 2-5. And then now I work out of domestic violence where I help with the department and community leaders to keep all families safe. Um, our main our main thing is just make sure everybody's prepared and just make sure everybody knows that the department's here to help. Today I'm not speaking on behalf of the department. I more speak as behalf of as a community member, as Carolyn knows. I've been involved even before this job. But my big thing is just make sure everybody's safe, make sure everybody knows that they're here being heard, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I
So
love you,
we're
and I'm so glad you're here with us. And you know that we're here to give you support. If you have children, young adults that need jobs, if they need clothing, if they need counseling, we have information for you to help you with that and help you with your community. And I'm glad that y'all helped me when I was running as district leader. So I'm just so proud of you and all the things that you do. I'm still working with the 50th precinct. So that's because of you. And I thank you so much. Is there any young people that you would like to mention that are doing some things that they need free advertisement?
So all of the youth we've been working with have been on a right track. They've all been enrolled in school. They're all working at least full-time jobs if they're not in school. And they've been giving back to the community and community service hours.
Right,
Right now, the position I'm in, I really don't work with a lot of youth anymore. I mostly work with elderly and families at risk. Um,
right.
the department does have YCOs that work more closely with youth, but I'm not part of that group. So I know they do
Oh,
have place like options and stuff like that. But for us, we mainly deal with families. But all the youth that we work with are on a good track, and I haven't seen anything that they really need more help with.
okay. Well, I remember working with y'all back in the 80s and the 90s, and we was in Manhattan. And I'm so glad Victim Services is still around. So I appreciate you so much. And just to watch you grow up is a beautiful thing. I'm so proud of you. So don't
Uh,
be ashamed to come and let us know. And I definitely want to buy the outfit that you are selling.
uh,
How long you
well,
been doing
wait a
that?
minute. I'm gonna correct that. So this is not my brother Alex. This is another Alex.
Alex.
I was expecting my brother to come on, but he has the
Oh.
same name. So I'm thinking, okay, it's my brother. But this actual person is awesome. What you're doing is awesome. And I wanted to ask you throughout all these years, what's the thing that you've encountered, like one of the worst things you've encountered with what you're doing right now?
the worst thing I've encountered is honestly drug addiction. I noticed drug addiction is still a very big problem. So I know in the 80s and in the 90s we had the whole crack opioid epidemic, and I feel like people think it's done, but it's really not. I think a lot of
It's
our youth
wrong.
is still into it. Fentanyl's a very big thing, especially in southern states like Florida. They're going through a
Absolutely.
fentanyl. Our department is going through a fentanyl crisis as well in our lower economy states. But what we want to do is just make sure that everybody's taking the safety precautions, make sure people know that drugs are still bad, they're still hazardous, and that they still cause a danger. But that's really one of the worst things. It's a big factor in a lot of crime.
Do
Oh
you
wow.
do you suggest that young people? Because I remember when you encouraged me to come to the 50th, and you were still working as a young adult. Do you suggest that that happens again? We try to encourage young adults to come work with their precinct.
Yeah, of course. So our department has a new program called Community Unity. So if you go onto our website, you type in NYPD community. Um, there's actually ways that you can apply to work for your precinct and your community, whereas officers will post like almost like a job listing, but for volunteers. So you can apply, and you can try to work. As Carol did, the Citizens Police Academy. It's really important. You get an inside depth of what the police department is. What do we do? The type of training we go through. Just give you a little bit of more of an insight of what we do. And then,
Yeah,
for a lieu of programs, the Explorer program, we have the Cadet program, we have the Auxiliary.
yeah,
Do they
So
still have the auxiliary program that
yeah,
they run for the youth?
we are the
yeah,
largest program in the world, actually. Uh,
yes,
we have, I believe, over 10,000 members. The Explorer program
Wow.
has 3,000 members. And then our police department runs 35,000 strong.
yes.
Oh,
So,
wow.
And this is
yep.
the young man that encouraged me to keep going and be district leader, and I won. And I'm just so proud of him. I wish I saw your mother sitting next to you, just looking at him and watching him grow up. I'm just so blessed to have you. I'm so glad you came, Alex, and I'm
No,
so glad. And you, I just don't have words for you. When I look at you and Edwin, there's so many more I want to just pull up. Now, I'm lost for words. I even put lipstick on so I can look cute for you.
Look at you.
And
well,
Edwin is my baby. He's my motivator. He gives me inspiration. He helps me with good food. And you keep giving me information about protection. I'm telling people about tracking for their children to make sure that their children are safe. To keep up with the tracking system. It's not that expensive. For people to start looking out and paying attention. And I'm also letting them know that there's fire prevention things that they can do. Put their heat on in the daytime and turn it off at night. Look out for your neighbors. Even if you don't speak Spanish, you say a little, como está usted, say,
Mhm.
show something because we are together in this fight. But
no,
what
yeah.
you doing? What are you doing now? Where?
So today at the migrant shelter, just
Okay.
providing security.
How if they need any information or that they looking for jobs or need help in placement, don't hesitate to give them my cell phone. I'll do the best I can, and I'll get a translator and try to help out. But I always stay in touch with you, so I send you information. I just love you so much. I'm so proud of you. And I love your
Thank you so
mother too, because she did a wonderful Superman job. I just want to give her a medal, man. Yes,
much.
yes, yes.
Thank you guys for
All
inviting me.
your
Have a
life, you.
stay safe.
Hey,
Yes,
thank you for
thank
coming on,
you.
man. We appreciate
I
you, and
see
don't be
you
a stranger.
again. Mwah, mwah. Be safe. This is what I was talking about. These are young people that that was a surprise. And he is your brother, no matter what young person or
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely.
And I know these are the young people that motivated me to be district community leader. I mean, they motivated me to get into when the covert happened. They motivated me to go to training, okay, with the police. I said, "Do y'all know?" And I made the police laugh. I was like, "I don't do these things. Y'all deal with civilians." I think I shot a few people by accident
Oh, wow.
just to make them smile. Because I told them, I said, "You're dealing with a senior citizen. You don't seriously want me to talk to somebody while I'm in danger." And they showed self defense for young adults. Okay, boxing. They got boxing
Yeah.
for young adults. Ooh, the Boys and Girls Club. They and the senior YMCA. teaches the seniors, along with their grandchildren, self-defense. So these are so many beautiful things that even the migrants who have families can, participate and feel part of without feeling beaten down.
That self-defense is definitely something that's necessary nowadays. They travel in the bus, they travel in the train to get, to and from school. So it's definitely something good to have on, under your belt. So I definitely applaud that.
Yes, and there's so many others that are listening and coming on. I know that your brother be on soon, and your sister who's out there in Arizona. And the other thing that they discuss, and I've been working with for the longest, is victim services. It is so traumatic when a child sees their parents, or two young adults or older adults fighting. It takes a lot for that child to understand. It takes a lot for them to want to pull things together, and they don't seem under the age of 10. They think that they're responsible and they supposed to help heal you. That's not their job. That is
Yeah,
not their job. And
but
yes,
not
sir.
not only that, I think growing up, I remember I had parents that used to, do that, and it's kind of like makes you think that growing up that's how a relationship is supposed to function, that it's all right that you fight all the time and that you're not loving with each other. So you accept it as if it was something normal, but it's
Right.
not normal. It's dysfunction. So
Yes.
definitely something to look at, something to keep in mind that's that affects your child in that way. Like that's how your child may treat his woman growing up, or that a woman would accept a man beating on her and everything
Mm-hmm.
like that growing up. So definitely got to keep that in mind to all of these parents that are raising their children to that level.
That's true. And I'm trying to look for a safe place or safe horizon, which they used to have, where a child can go and feel safe. We had lost a child not too like a couple of years back who was trying to defend her mother, and they both got stabbed to death by the gentleman they was living with, the father, and they had to
Oh
track that
wow.
down. So these are things that I try to get out and get that information to others. And I want to be able to have a moment where we can translate in Spanish. And I would like to get someone who would translate in African and in Chinese. I want us to grow so big, Edwin, that it's just going to be so wonderful when I pass it on to you, and you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. I just can't wait. And 7-0 is going to be a beautiful time for me and you and the rest of the staff, including Dr. Winborn. If he's around, I could chase him around the bed and feel like a nasty old lady. But anyway, let's get back to our menu at hand. We have activities, and it's called Billy B. Bay Plaza. It's in Baychester, and Billy B is a organization. It's a play mall for all kids. It's indoor slides. It's a ball stick arena, and they play sports. They have BB games. It's all kinds of excitement. And this is where everybody's going to enjoy themselves. They have sliding boards. Oh, they have little things for 5 years old all the way up to 25. This is an enjoyable place. You can't find anything any better. It is so wonderful. The Billy B, I had went past there. The prices are reasonable. Okay. To get it for children for 14 to 17 is 22.95 for the whole day. And from 1 to 3 is 18.95 for the whole day. You can even rent it for birthday parties. You could bring groups, and it's a beautiful thing. They have jungle gyms. They have the ball sauna where everybody jumps into the ball pool. It is so beautiful, and it is so everybody. It seems like you have to drag, anything you got to drag your kids out of is a good place. So once again, I want to advertise Billy B. Plaza, Bay Plaza Mall. And it's a good thing to have. Now, for those who always say, I don't have no money, I know what you're talking about. I don't have any either. So, this is what we do. Okay. We have menus for our children for us to have free walking, free beach exercise. We could read to them and make it exciting. Okay. We can take them to sport places and have free golf and show them how get you an old stick from an antique store. And I did it. Buy a golf and get some balls and go to the golf place and pretend that you are Tiger Woods and play with your children. All right. If you are a basketball player, challenge your kids. Get your kids friends. Play by yourself. Let them beat you to death. It's a beautiful thing. What I used to do with my son is at night, before night hit and before 42nd Street changed, we used to go all the way down to the village to different places like Henry Street Settlement. And when Ashford and movie stars used to live on 96th Street between Columbus and Broadway and the end, we would go and see certain people, get autographs, and I would take him to lunch and show him etiquette. Children need to know how to act outside of home, and they have to know the different levels of people. And if you know how to dress and act accordingly, you could get anything you want. You could talk to anybody you want, whether it be in Spanish or English. Presentation is coming back. They need to know their salad fork, their dressings, the way to pick up a soup fork, know their steak knives, know how to sit at a dinner table, know how to be polite. Could you pass me the salt? May I have some sugar? Can somebody show a young man how to tie a knot when he's going on his first job interview? We need men to help teach these things to young men, how to put on shoes and wear the proper socks, wear the proper clothing to look presentable. You could go into a thrift shop and get the best suits for nothing and be presentable. I know. I used to talk about this in the 70s. I'm talking about it again now. I would like for a young man is going to come on, and there's going to be people coming on teaching how to help yourself and be taught how to act accordingly when you're in certain environments. We're not talking about the hip hop and the nonsense you see on TV. I'm talking about survival. I'm talking about jobs. I'm talking about representing your business. I'm talking about opening your business. Do you see and when you go to Egypt and you go to Arab and Jewish countries that are 8 and 10 year old can bargain with you about selling a rug? They know how to add. They know how to do these things. We have to show our kids, just like they make peanut butter and jelly, make it important to them. Let them feel important. Why you feeling important? They're not your slaves, they're your partners. They're your friends. You teaching them how to grow. Those of you who are 18, 19, and you hustling on the phone, and I know you are, it's time to get up off your butt. This is the time. And if you don't think it is, once Trump get in office, you're going to have to work extra hard. Nothing's going to come easy. And I know there's a lot of stick ups and everybody get them a gun. And it's always been like that. It was worse in the 70s. We had graffiti on every train. We had artists on every
I,
corner.
I remember. I
Yeah.
remember.
So I'm coming to an end, and I'm gonna be with my brother Edwin, and we're gonna talk about health. I was gonna talk about other things, but he's
You
the
can.
health, he's the doctor.
You still got 10 minutes. Let's go. Keep it going. Give it to me.
Well,
Give me the 10 minutes.
I want y'all to know that sugar diabetes and sugar is not healthy for your children. It is not healthy. You was conditioned. You was conditioned on purpose to eat sugar. You was conditioned from the time your mother gave birth. She had gave you that regular milk. Now, regular is not what they used to have in the 50s and 60s. Right now, all your milk is being messed with. Things that you drink today, you can't drink today and give your children. All that sugar and pancakes and going to IHOP, and you don't have to have that. We can detox off of sugar. I know I'm doing it right now. Okay. Matter of fact, if my brother don't believe me, hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. Where here it is.
Um,
Here it is. You see it, big brother?
I see it. Spell it out for us.
I ain't
Let,
playing
let,
with you, doctor.
but
Here it
but
is.
but say
You trying to make my dentures fall out.
it.
Jim Nema.
Jim Jim Lima Sylvester. Yeah, it's a great plant. It's
Yes.
for those who don't know, it's just meant to regulate the sugar and to um stop the sugar cravings and kind of regulate the blood sugar in your body.
Yes. And it works. Okay. I don't even think about sugar. It's not a thing. And you can dilute half of a pill and put it in their little juice or whatever it is. And I would advise you to start reading your product. We found some information. Read your orange juice is not orange juice. OJ is not the same orange juice that you would give your child if you was juicing. It's important to juice. I grew up on juice. They used to use the juice, the cotton rag, the rag to squeeze the carrot juice out to make sure you had juice for the next day. And you can store your stuff. You can store, and it's just so much we want to show you. But I want you to know that we're here for you. If you need jobs. Oh, the last thing I want to make you aware of, since there's been so many fires, there is a material called Nomex. Nomex is a fire prevention cloth or blanket that you could throw around your children in case of a fire. So you can look on the Amazon for Nomex fire resistant material, and it looks like it's aluminum foil, but it's not. You put it over
Oh,
your head, you protect yourself. You could go to any fire department and they'll tell you what .org or .com to look at to get that. And please, I'm gonna remind you to please all your important papers. If you could find some type of fireproof
uh,
material,
fi- fireproof safe. They
yeah,
have those with the key and
yes,
anything can burn down and you can still find your documents intact. So that's definitely a
yes.
good idea.
So
So you said it was called Nomex, the
Nomex,
aluminum.
yes.
Okay,
Um,
that's definitely good to know because you never know.
okay. And I'll get you more information because I'm really concerned. We went through this a long time ago in the Bronx where landlords knew that there were certain things that they should correct. And since they're not going to court and they're not being arrested like in the old days you would be, there should have been an investigation about all these fires. But since they're procrastinating and they want people to vote now, all of a sudden, the only time they want to do something for you is when it's close to voting. Start writing down all your complaints and things that you're going through with your landlord. Get a group together. Start marching in front of their home. Start going to find out who's housing court judges. Start making phone calls. We used to be able to take over abandoned buildings and rebuild it. You can still do the same. Y'all just have to come together as a corporation. You could take a building away from a landlord. You don't have to deal with this nonsense. Stand up. I believe in you, Bronx. We the boogie down. I believe in you, Harlem, Brooklyn, and Queens. 40 projects, Guys Rule Boulevard. Hey,
Oh wow! Shout out! Shout out!
I love you all. We only got 2 minutes. So our turn to listen is for our community. It's about pulling us together. You see how me and Edwin is together? Whether you crippled, crazy, drunk, or blind, you'll always be a friend of mine. Please bring your children. Please take care of your health. And I'm always showing off. Edwin done helped me lose so much weight. I feel cute. I know I'm fabulous.
Yeah, you about to disappear on me, girl.
I know
You-
I'm but I thank y'all and I want y'all to stay on because Edwin, the Moss King, he ain't wearing his crown today. He know I love him wearing his crown, but he's a wonderful
uh,
man.
you
He's a
you can see it
wonderful
right.
teacher.
You can see it right there, real quick.
Yeah, there go the crown. There go the crown. And believe me, the Moss King, I have to fight my kids for this moss. And they
Yeah,
grown.
it's been a great week for the Moss. They've been calling me like crazy with the Moss. So today's topic for me is who's been killing you is mommy, and why? Because it's a crazy topic, but who's been killing you is actually mommy. Because where you learn from birth is from mommy. The one that controls most of the things when it comes to nutrition is mommy.
Yes,
So I just learned that when you're conceived from 24 hours,
yes,
you already have consciousness. I thought it
yes,
took months for you to develop consciousness and everything, but 24 hours. So when your mom gets those cravings, they think that it's actually you that, oh, the belly's giving me cravings. No, it's your parasites. It's the customs of your mother. And then the child gets accustomed to the same patterns of the mother because it lived inside of the mother. So from 0 to 7, this child is being created, its consciousness from its environment, from its mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, sister, brother, cousin, teacher, anything that
yes,
surrounds this child from 0 to 7. And then you
yes.
have a developed child. So you have to be mindful of who's around my child, what are they speaking in front of my child, what kind of music, what kind of foods are they giving my child, what kind of
Right.
anything that's going on around your child, because from 0 to 7, that's who that child becomes. Now, from 0 to 7, when the child is in the belly, you actually have to be the best version of yourself when it comes to nutrition. One, because that's going to
That's
leak into
right.
your child. And
That's
these are going
right.
to be the habits and the parasites that are actually going to be inherited by your child. So what happens with us? We never think about what is a circadian rhythm. I'm going to go into circadian rhythm because it's extremely important that we know what it is. The circadian rhythm is the 24 hours in the clock,
Yes.
and you have to divide those. So what happens is at 4 in the morning, your liver releases glucose,
Yes.
enough glucose so that you can have energy up to 12 p.m. So between 4 a.m. and 12 p.m., your liver releases all of this. What do we do to a child in the morning? We feed it orange juice, which is sugary. We feed it Tang. We give it iced tea. We give it oatmeal. We give it pancakes. We give it bread. We give it home fries. Anything that's starchy is going to add to your child's glucose and is going to spike. So your child's running around when you tell them to go to school and your child is being impatient is because it's overindulged in
Medication.
sugar. It
Yes.
already has enough sugar. So what happens is between 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. is when you are supposed to begin to consume your nutrients. You
Right.
can eat at 12, you can eat at 3, you can eat at 6, all the way up to 8, and your body is going to act correctly, which you should always start with maybe fruits in the beginning of the day. At 12, you should eat some fruits to break your fast. And then, so between 8 p.m. in the night to 4 in the morning, your body's actually absorbing what you gave it throughout the day so that it can release the glucose all over again. So it's a cycle. It's a 24-hour cycle divided by 3 into 8-hour increments. And if you're mindful of that, then you should never fail because you're not going to be overindulging in sugar early in the morning. So
Right.
to me, I do intermittent fasting, so I don't even eat till maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. That's when I break my fast. But it should never be before 12. So they taught us wrong. They taught us we need 3 meals. You actually need 1 meal and maybe something like sea moss on the side or tea or a smoothie. But it shouldn't be 3 solid foods because your body takes 24 hours to digest just 1 meal.
Yes.
So if it takes 24 hours to digest 1 meal, now you have breakfast, your body's working on that. Then you have
Yeah.
lunch. Now you're overworking the body. Now you have dinner. That's 3 times what you're supposed to be eating, meaning that your body's gonna be over aging
Overwhelmed.
itself, overwhelmed and aging faster,
Right.
which is why we're not successful when it comes to nutrition and we age faster. You see that your child is 13 and he's playing basketball and he's all big. It's because we've been overfeeding this child.
We
So these
growing
are customs.
fat.
Yes. Aside from all the hormones and everything that you have in these foods nowadays and all the vaccines that are in our cows and pigs and all of that stuff, that's actually overgrown us also. So all of these things we have to understand. Now, today I ran around the supermarket and I saw that in the supermarket, we only have 10% of produce. That's the
Mhm.
section where I go to that I gravitate towards, and it's only 10%. When I walked around all the other aisles, everything else was processed. Everything was covered in a box, everything was in plastic, everything was uh, with labels, everything was with 50,000 ingredients. So
Mhm.
where we naturally supposed to gravitate to is the produce section, but we go for the oven pizza.
Did
We
you
go
send did you send some pictures to Winborn? Winborn, are you able to show the grocery
and,
store?
and I actually sent them a video, but I don't know if he'll be able to play the video here. But I sent them the
Okay.
video. I sent you a video. But
Okay.
either ways, when you walk in the market, you only have 10%. And the sad thing is that out of that 10% of the market,
Right.
5 of it has been tampered with because most of it is GMO anyways.
Right.
But even the GMOs is better than anything else that's in the rest of the supermarket. You're gonna see
Right.
freezers with a whole bunch of stuff that you have to put in the microwave to warm up. When you
And
put something in the microwave, it loses 95% of nutrition as soon as you put it in the microwave because it's radioactive. It's actually radiation, and you have no nutritional value once you put something in the microwave. And most people don't know this. They think, oh, I'm just warming up my food. No, you're
no.
radiating your food, and now that is what you're inheriting. You're inheriting this radiated food, which has no nutritional value. So again, the microwave is run by your mommy. Your mommy's actually killing you from the beginning of the time. Now, women are supposed to breastfeed. They're supposed to eat at their best throughout their pregnancy, and they're
Right.
supposed to ingest the best things while they're actually breastfeeding.
Correct.
There's women there's people that can breastfeed up to 3 years old. The longer, the better, because that means that you're gonna keep your child away from that formula that has a bunch of chemicals. Formula has metals in it. The baby food that we buy for our kids has
Has
metals in
metal
it.
in
The cereals have metal. I
it.
actually did
Survey.
a project with a project with Wheaties. I took Wheaties and put it in a Ziploc bag and I crushed it. And I
Yeah.
took some magnets, and as I was running it across,
It
the
ran
magnets
across.
were separating from the actual cereal,
Oh
and you
my
would see
God.
the magnet. So you start to see a darkness on the side of the bag where the magnet was going to. You can pull it from there. These same magnets and these same metals are actually in our baby food. So from the beginning of time, instead of you grabbing some vegetables and making your child its own baby food and doing something with fruits and mashing them down and creating your own baby food, putting it in the food processor,
Right.
you're
Right.
actually killing your child because you're giving your child chemicals and getting them addicted to these sugars. So now you're
And
creating a sugar baby.
the color. Remember the
And
coloring.
yeah, we're talking about red dye, yellow dye, orange dye, blue dye. We're talking about everything that they call sugar that we don't know, like dextrose. We're looking at aspartame, fructose, corn syrup, neotame, saccharin, saccharose, ACE
All of
K.
that.
Wait, we
Mm.
don't even know. I don't know Chinese, but one of them is called Luo Han Wo. Luo Han
Ooh.
Wo. So they have 150 names for sugar. So if you're not reading your labels, you don't know. Even if it says that it's sugar free, it's nonsense. Nowadays, Coca Cola, they have zero sugar. That is nonsense.
No, that's a lie.
If it's sweet, it has some sort of sugar.
Sugar.
And so let's talk about people that consume sweet and low. Truvia, Equal, Splenda, even white sugar, even the brown sugar. If the one that I can maybe let slide is raw cane sugar and
Okay.
maybe agave, the agave sweetener. Those may
Yeah.
be one of the best, but
The agave
we're
is
ki-
everybody.
so when you're looking at, let's say, cinnamon toast crunch, you're looking at fruity pebbles, you're looking at Captain Crunch, you're looking at honey bunches of oats. They're not going to put regular sugar in this. They're going to put the cheapest version of these sugars. They're going to
Yeah.
put the sucrose and the dextrose and the aspartame, which are actually known to cause cancer. So when you're
And
feeding your
all
child,
that together
yeah,
can kill
equal
your
to
child.
diabetes and it
Yes.
equals to cancer. So
Yes.
if you're not looking at what you're giving your child, if you're not reading it, you've been killing your child since birth. And you're actually making your child a customer for the pharmaceuticals later on when they're 30 and they're 40. They train us. Why do you think they give us free food in schools? They give you that chicken. I was talking to you about that earlier. They give you
Yeah.
that
The
fried
menu.
chicken. They give you that cheap pizza that you know that the cheese is the bottom of the barrel. They give you the French fries. They're training your palate
Yes.
so
Yes.
that you can actually consume these later on and end up in the hospital and in the pharmacy, and it's a vicious cycle. So that's how they use it against us. Not I mean, this country is one of the ones culprit in the highest rates of obesity. Why is that? Because when I was looking at ketchup, even ketchup
Has
has
sugar.
five little ingredients in England, but over here it has 57.
7
So
ingredients.
so I have to get passionate about it because 57 ingredients and then only 5 in England. So if you're not reading these things and you're not conscious of it and you have a blindfold about what they're doing with our foods, then you're killing your child and you're actually killing yourself and you're making yourself a customer to big food and these pharmaceuticals, which are actually murderous.
Well,
So you're
let
actually
me
contributing to the murder.
Let
But
me
go ahead.
contribute. I paid attention that the name brands have more chemicals than the non-name brands. Did you see that? The non-name,
Actually,
the non-name brands.
I don't think so. Because remember, if you have Kellogg's, now you have Kellogg's, they're gonna make it more presentable and everything like that. But if you have something you buy in the 99-cent store and you bought cereal in the 99-cent store, they're gonna make it the bottom of the barrel, the worst of the worst, because they're not gonna give you something for 99 cents and give you top quality stuff. They're gonna
So
give
what
you
they
even
take is
worse.
they take the leftovers and put it into. Okay, so
Absolutely.
that's what they
It,
do with
it,
all the
it's
food.
like it's like Splenda. So they take regular sugar and they bleach this sugar. They bleach the raw cane sugar, and they leave the residue, and that's what we see as white sugar. But Splenda is like you put it in a colander, and they in the dust is what Splenda is. Like the dust, the leftover
Oh,
is what
and
actually Splenda is.
tell them about the drink that they give the kids the pop. What's the name of that?
You're talking about what the Pedialyte?
Yeah.
You're talking
What
about
we
Pedialyte.
yeah.
Pedialyte is a bunch of sugar. It's a bunch of sugar. You think that is hydrating you? It's actually dehydrating you. You need salt. You need salt water. You need chlorophyll. And I was gonna talk about chlorophyll, and I think that's the solution to everything, aside from maybe a little sea moss. I
Yeah.
think chlorophyll is what the actual body needs. It's the natural deodorant of the body. I
Yes.
love chlorophyll because you feel the freshness as soon as you put it in your mouth and you take a drink. You feel it cleaning your teeth. You feel it cleans your gums. You feel it cleans the esophagus, and it cleans the gastric area. You feel it. You feel it coating your stomach. It
Yes.
actually makes you poop really nice. So there it is. I sent them the pictures. It's one of the most amazing products. So if you know that you've been toxifying your child all week with candy, and it's been eating cake, and it's been eating pizza, and it's been eating burgers, and it's been eating fries, all of these malignant things, all you have to do is give them a glass of chlorophyll water in the morning and maybe before it goes to sleep. And now you actually balancing it out. Not only does it come from vegetables and from some sea vegetables, but if they didn't eat enough vegetables today, just by you giving them a
Yes.
little bit of chlorophyll,
Will
now you're
help
filling
them.
them with something. Now you're filling them with something that has nutritional value. So it's one of the greatest things, and I wanted to announce this product aside from the sea moss. Sea moss also has chlorophyll. I have a green one that I sell, and
Yeah.
that one, it's an algae from the sea, so it's one of the
Right.
best. Or you can
Right.
also get spirulina. Spirulina is one of the greatest sea vegetables. So you can actually enhance your life, your child's life, just by giving it a little bit of what the actual body needs. So chlorophyll, that's my number one top pick for the day. Aside from my sea moss, because I love sea moss, I live by it.
Yes.
I was telling
Yes.
people that I did 22 days of just sea moss. So I know that if we run out of food in the
That
whole world,
exists.
I'm gonna have more than enough to survive for a year because I can live off of sea moss.
All
There's
right.
nothing else. There's nothing else that I need, to be honest. There's nothing else. I take my chlorophyll, clean myself out, take my sea moss, give my body some good nutrition, and it actually regenerates your cells, and it serves for thyroid function.
Yes.
It,
So
if anybody
where
knows
can
what the thyroid, go ahead.
where can they order this? Where can they order
And
this? And what
well,
ages?
the greatest store in the earth is called Amazon right now. You can always get anything on Amazon. But if you're in the city, you can actually go to the vitamin shop. GNC
Okay.
carries it. Most health
Okay.
stores carry chlorophyll and spirulina and chlorella. So look for the greens. You need the dark greens because that's what gets oxygen to the brain. It gets the blood flowing. It gets heavy metals out. Look for
Right.
the dark greens. If you're not giving your child enough spinach, enough collard greens, at least put it in their drink. They
This
have a
is the
nice
move.
one. Yes, they have one that has peppermint in it. It's very nice tasting. And
Oh,
just get your child used to drinking this chlorophyll water. They actually sell chlorophyll water already ready. So,
yes.
that's one way to kind of save your child and keep the brain going, keep the energy up. Aside from all the toxicity, there goes the
The
chlorophyll water.
advertisement, yes.
Yeah,
And once again, like he said, you could go to Amazon and you can also take a little baking soda, put it under your tongue, or put it in your water. That helps it as well. Or you could get some
absolutely.
sea salt. And he spoke about
Sea
sea
salt.
salt.
You put
Yes.
it right on the tongue
Put it under
and
your
drink your water.
tongue and drink your water. If you buy water or if you boil your water or filter your water, drink your water.
Yeah,
It's of the importance.
that's the actual true electrolyte water. That's the
Yes,
truest electrolyte water
yes,
straight from the sea. They actually brought me some from Long Island. There's
yeah.
a couple of rocks and they took some seawater and they brought it to me and I've had it. Immediately it started to detoxify me.
Oh my
And
goodness.
right now I have Celtic sea salt, and I take a little cube, put it under my tongue, and I drink this, and I know that it hydrates. And the thing about it is, the more you do this, the less you have to pee, and the less water you need. When you don't do this, you have to drink so much water throughout the day because you're actually dehydrating yourself when you're drinking water because you're losing so much. You're losing your potassium, you're losing your magnesium instead of retaining them and the body utilizing them. A lot of things we don't understand about our water,
Well,
and
one
so
thing
I get passionate to talk about this.
I like
This is
to
like,
I like to ask you a question
go ahead.
concerning those who are diabetic. How can because they're always thirsty. How does this help them?
Electrolyte water, baby. Put some sea salt in your tongue and drink this. And I promise you, if you have to drink 16 glasses of water a day, it's going to diminish to 8. And if you have to drink 8 per day, it's going to diminish to 4. You're going to have to actually pee less. Your body's going to utilize it because now it's going to go into the bloodstream. The reason why you have to pee so much and drink so much water is because it's running right through you. But when you have some sort of element, it pushes into the blood, it utilizes it, and now you don't have to pee as much. So that's what happens with diabetics. That's why they have to run around so much because they need more water, but they don't really realize that it's not carrying into the blood. So
Right.
that's my suggestion. Celtic sea salt, Himalayan, some sort of salt to push it into the blood, and you will
Will
not
you
lose.
will you be selling the Celtic and will you be selling some of the water yourself?
No, they have it
Okay.
actually. They have it in Amazon. They have some of them in certain markets. Just don't buy the refined salt that they sell you that is total garbage. Don't buy the refined sugar that is total garbage. And a lot of blood pressure issues, a lot of people blame it on salt. You need salt. When you sweat, salt comes out of your body. That means that you're losing electrolytes. That means you have to replenish those electrolytes. Sugar doesn't replenish that. So what happens is when you consume too much sugar, you get a fatty liver, and now you have blood pressure issues. Simple as
Well,
that.
how we're definitely got to try to get these kids to detox off of that, and adults too, because it switches their personality. Sugar
Well,
is
but
definitely
but it starts with
flipping their
mommy. It starts
personality.
with mommy
It
because I
starts with
remember it starts with mommy. I remember I had a family that I used to deal with, and we got into the custom of detoxing every 3 months as the season changed. And what
right,
I trained them to do was that the damage that I did in those 90 days, let's take
right.
3 days, let's take 3 days and detox and fast. So the kids were
Wow,
used to it. Let's do a fruit fast for these 3 days. So now that child retained that information, and as it's growing up, it's doing it on its own. And
right.
when it has a child, now it's going to do it on its own. So it starts with the parents. It starts with the parents. The parent has to change because the parent is the actual conductor of the child. From 0 to 7, and then moving forward. So it's not the child. We have to program the child. That's what it is. We
Right.
program them.
And
So
program myself.
yes. So I'm gonna give you a treat, but we have to consume something of value. That's how you
Yes.
train your child. So yeah, you
Yes.
can have a little bit of this, but you need to consume this before that, and we have to control that. And you have to earn to eat pizza on a Saturday night. You shouldn't eat pizza all the time
Every
because
day.
it's four different types of sugar in there. So maybe as a treat, we have to do this over and over again. I remember it was once a month they used to take us to McDonald's back when we was children. We had
Right?
to earn that. We had to earn that. No, you have to eat food from the home that we
That's
cook,
right.
and when we know what we put in our food.
That's
So
right.
that, and once you get trained, it's like I don't want that food. And then if the parent accepts that, no, you go ahead and get Chinese food today, and tomorrow go get a pizza, and tomorrow go get a burger. Now you don't want to eat at home no more because you've been programmed already
Program to
with the
eat other
with
places.
those other things that will
Right.
actually get you. So food is
That's right.
actually a drug. Food is a drug. So you got to get them the best drug possible because they'll get
Right.
addicted to it. I used to love flan. That was my downfall. Flan. It's a custard. I don't know if you know
I
about
know
it. It's
it's
a
a
custard
custard. Yeah, I
dessert,
know it. And it's sugar.
man. And
It is
it's
a
sugar
sugar.
and it's eggs and condensed milk in there,
Everything.
and it's
Everything.
evaporated milk. And I used to dog it down. My aunt made the best one out of it. But then once you broke it down and I saw her making it, I was like, damn, she's putting eggs in there. Okay. She's putting evaporated milk in there. Okay. And then she's putting condensed milk. And I'm lactose. So it's like I don't really deserve that. That's not what my body deserves. So
Right.
I had to let that go. And the older we get, the more lactose we get, the more lactose intolerant. If you didn't know that, the older you get, the more that it does you damage. Um, so in essence, get your chlorophyll, get stuff that has nutritional value, get stuff that is going to enhance your child to be the best version of itself. Your child does not have to get addicted to these sugars. It should be a treat. Your child does not need sugar. Your child needs nutritional value. And then once you get it used to this nutritional value, it's going to know, okay, ice cream is a treat for Saturday, not all the time. It doesn't get ice cream all the time. And
Right.
I feel like that's how children need to be raised. Um, and then that's going to help out generation after generation. That's my opinion about that.
Yeah. Well, what I'd like to ask you is also because you said family, the family has broken down a lot, and a lot of our young adults don't really know what's nutritional. They just do the best they can by what they see. But I'm hoping that they come on and learn, and we'll give them little information when I go out, like flyers and stuff like that. Because when I see a lot of young adults who are under, 21 and under 25, and they got two children, and they basically doing it by themselves, and no education at all. They struggling is of the importance to show support and give them information, let them take their time to learn, because overwhelming them gets them frustrated, and then they think they're being under attack, and that's not the case at all. We really want you to learn how to feed your children. Even though he says it's mommy's fault, it was my fault because I didn't want to take them to McDonald's, and their father would do it just to make you upset.
Well, I mean, it's assuming responsibility. Like my mother was a single mom. She had four children. She
Mhm.
used to get food stamps. So for her to go to the supermarket with us was like, Mommy, I want this. Mommy, I want that. She was just putting everything in the cart without looking. So it's not her fault because she was ignorant about it. But
Right.
once you take the blindfold off, if you know something is harmful for your child, you
It's
can't
no
continue to
more.
do that because now you're lying to yourself. It becomes a
And no
moral
more
issue now.
excuses, right?
You're not exactly. So once you know something is wrong, then you have to alert the child and say, no, no, that's harmful for the body, and this is the reason. So most parents, they're ignorant as to what's going on. But that's what we're here for. We're here to alert them. We have Dr. Sebi, we have Yaki Awaken, we have Ja, we have so many people that are now flushing this through the internet and giving us
Yes,
all of these great tips. You have the
yes,
Moss King, you have the Enigma. So you have
yes.
all of these people that are now bringing it out to surface,
And it's
and
free.
you and once you take, like I said, once you take the blindfold off, like I did, I watched
Yep,
a
take
whole
them
bunch of
off.
documentaries. There's no way because I can lie to you, I can lie to Dr. Winborn, but I can't lie to
Lie
myself.
to yourself.
So
That's right.
so now that I know, now I have to pay it forward and pass it on to the children, to the niece, to the nephew. Everybody's getting it. That is wrong. That's not the way that should be consumed. This is not good, and that's just the way I've been functioning. Um, I've been able to help a lot of people with their ailments, so I know that it's working. I work on a personal basis with people.
Right.
I don't work on the internet because I got to stay on the down low.
Yeah.
I do it on a personal basis, and it has been working out for me. And I plan to keep it that way also because
Okay.
they come to get you and stuff, and I don't need that. I need to live.
Right. Well, that's why I'm glad that you're on here and you're my partner and you're just doing so wonderfully. And like I tell everybody, when they come to our turn to listen and see the Moss King, our advice and services are free. There is no charge, there is no fee, there is no nothing. You don't have to go through anything, but just show us that you're trying to help your child. Show us that our service and our information is really being used towards bettering yourself and not hurting yourself. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you need
I
to
wanted.
go ahead,
Yeah,
sir.
go ahead. I wanted to ask Dr. Winborn if anybody's behind the scenes right now.
I see somebody in chat, but I don't know who it is.
It might be Dr. Winborn. So let me see. No,
Is it
nobody's in chat right now. But
nobody in chat?
I know
I
who that
got one
is.
person. Who that? Your brother?
That is my boy. That is my boy Rich. He has a great name. I want to be like him, Rich.
Is this
And
the music gentleman?
no, he's not the music
It's-
gentleman. He's actually my sister's best friend, and we have
oh,
become
look at
kind of
that
like best
face.
friends. Yeah, we. It's good to have you
Welcome,
here.
welcome,
Thank you,
welcome.
thanks for thank you guys. I almost forgot, but I'm like, oh no, wait, let me get on, and I'm glad I came on.
Thank
Um,
you.
Yes.
thanks
So
for
right now
having me.
you're talking to Miss Carolyn, Miss E, the Enigma. She's a wonderful person. She's knowledgeable. She's into helping out the community, children right now, and everything like that. So,
And
get to
we
know her
welcome
because
you because anything that you need, anything you want to advertise is free. So since you as handsome as Edwin, you could go ahead and talk and share what you're here for and what you do.
Um, well, actually, I have a question for you guys because I consider Ed my holistic guru. So this is everybody. Any questions I have in pertaining to nutrition, to health. Ed is my contact person who I'm constantly asking all sorts of questions. And yeah, anything I need, he finds the answer for it. He will research it and look it up for me. So he's
That's
awesome in that
right.
aspect. Yeah. So I have a question because earlier I was asking Ed in regards to taking omega 3, 6, and 9, and he recently sent me an update in regards to not being able to consume too much omega 3 because it can become toxic in the body.
toxic.
So
Hmm.
he's
Okay.
yeah, so Ed suggested to take it every other day. So what do I do? Question now that I have you gurus together. Um, do I take it twice a week or do I buy them separately, like the omega 3, the 6, and the 9 separately?
No, you can take the 369. That's what I was telling you in the message. But kind of separate them. So if you take it on Tuesday, then the next one you should probably take it on Saturday. Give it a few days. Or if it's like Wednesday, then you wait to kind of like Sunday so that it can
Yeah.
actually disperse in the body and then you do it again. So twice a week, but spread apart.
Okay,
That
not
that
every
that's how
single
that's
day.
how I would do it. Yeah, that's how I would do it. Yeah, it's
Got it.
good for
What
the
does?
heart. Actually, go ahead. I was about to explain it. So it's
Okay.
good for the heart. It's good for the cardiovascular more than that. And a lot of fish contain it. So let's say if you take it on Wednesday and then you eat fish on Thursday, you don't want to over consume too much of it. So that's like, it's high in phosphorus, so it's good for the brain. It's brain food. It has a lot of nutritional value, but you don't want to over consume it because then it becomes toxic. So if like I said, if you took your omega 369 on Monday, now you
Right.
don't want to you don't want to eat fish till Wednesday, and then you don't want to have it again till maybe Saturday. So you have to spread these
Oh.
things apart so the body can do its function with it and get its best value, and it doesn't become toxic.
Oh. I didn't know that. Thank
Yes.
you.
Well, as you know, some fish are high in mercury, so you don't want to consume fish all the time, every single day. You don't even want to have it every other day. You want to spread it apart because it's high in mercury. Some of them, and you don't really know what you're getting, so you want to spread it apart. You can't eat fish every day.
Yeah, you're
What's
supposed to
your?
limit
What's
it to
your?
2 to 3 times a week. 2 to 3 times a week maximum.
Spread apart.
Yeah. What is your hobby? What do you do? And are you a vegetarian? What's your eating habit?
Me. So I
This
work in sales and customer service.
Okay.
Yes. I basically I try to eat really well. So I came here to pick up my sea moss from the
this
sea
guy
moss
eats
king.
this guy eats really good, man. Let me tell you. He makes
So
these smoothies at home that are crazy. He preps a whole bunch of them. He has them in the freezer, and it's incredible. He eats very, very well, and he's always asking questions about how can I get better. So he's
Well,
definitely up to par.
share with us one of your drinks and how you put it together.
okay, I'll share. So something I'm very much known for is my green smoothie. So I have
Ooh,
it's supposed to be like it's a very famous, it's like the Louis Vuitton of smoothies. So
Oh,
basically I
he's
prep
right.
for it. I prep for it in advance and I basically put kale, spinach, celery, cucumber, green apple, pineapple, ginger, blackberries, and walnuts. And I make 35 of those bags in silicone bags, reusable silicone bags, and I put them all in my freezer.
oh, do you sell your juices, sell your bags?
I do not do that, but it's been mentioned to me that maybe I need to start doing that. So I am
Well,
open to that.
I would like to buy one of your bags. Do you use a slow juicer or do you use a regular juicer?
I actually just put it in a NutriBullet because I'm consuming it with all of the skins because all of the nutrition in the veggies and the fruits are majority of it is in the skin. So I'm consuming it with all the skins. I'm one the pulp. I want all the goodness.
Well, I want to know how much your bag costs, so I want to be the first to buy one from you, and
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
You
give
god.
just
you
you
what?
just started a business with you just started a business
You
without
know
even
what I
knowing.
do, Edwin. You know what I do, Edwin. Edwin, you know what I do.
Yeah,
You know what
you
I
just
do,
started.
Edwin. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna have my
I love
moss.
that.
Come on now.
So
Give me
listen
a,
to
give
so
me a, give me.
let me finish giving you the experience. So those are the baggies that
Okay.
I separate and put in the freezer. So I consume one
Okay.
of these smoothies every single day. In the morning, I add coconut water and coconut water and aloe, 100% aloe vera water juice. That's my base. I don't use water. I only use coconut and aloe vera. And then in the morning, I add a scoop of my sea moss from the Sea Moss King. Absolutely. A big spoon. I add a mini Haas avocado. So I need you guys' suggestion with the avocado. I have an avocado question for both of you. I add a mini Haas avocado and then I have dry goods that are also separated in its own
Okay.
glass containers, which includes flax seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds, turmeric with cayenne pepper, cinnamon, saline cinnamon, salion, whatever that one is called.
Yes.
Um, so that is my
Oh,
smoothie.
psyllium.
Psyllium
Cillian.
Yeah.
cinnamon.
Okay, well, first of all, I'd like for you to write the listing of all your stuff and how to put it properly for me. And I like to know, honestly, when we're off and you call me, honestly, how much you charging? Because that's what I'm gonna pay. Because once I go outside, Edwin will tell you, everybody I meet, I'm a networker. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show them that I'm drinking it and everything, and I'm gonna use it on my family. So I feel blessed from Edwin, and I feel blessed that you came on. This is oh God, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So I need you to make a list of your stuff, how to put it in properly, and what you will honestly charge, and make me your first customer. Can we do that this coming week?
That sounds perfect because Sunday I'm actually buying all of my ingredients to make my preps again. I'm
So
long overdue.
Is Wednesday a good time for me to
Let me look at my
Well,
schedule. Let me see
well,
when I'm off. Yes, hold
you
on.
you can you can forward me the list, and I'll send her the list, and then whenever you get it, she got it.
yeah. Okay. Oh my God, Edwin, you were just bringing in so much beautiful people. It's so beautiful. I can't wait till your brother get here. The jacket that he got, I want
I
that
don't know. I don't know where that punk is, man. He let me
jacket.
down.
All
It,
right.
he promised he was coming on today, so I guess we'll get him next week.
Well, I'm
Uh,
so proud of the gentleman that you did bring on. And look how, and I'm telling my audience
it-
and his audience, look at their
the
skin.
skin, the skin. I always
Look
tell him
at
he
Edwin.
flawless.
Look at Edwin's skin and look at this young man. What's your name again, sir?
Richard.
But
Richard. Look at Richard and Edwin's. Look at Edwin's skin. It looked like you're gonna slide. You could look if you hug him, your lips will slide off. That's how. Look at his skin, his forehead. They both don't have no wrinkles. We ain't gonna talk about no age. I'm just saying. Look, and if I tell you how old they are, you might slap yourself. Look at the skin. No wrinkles. They look fabulous. No bumps, no
yeah,
pimples, no nothing. So
they got
this is
it's
working and it helps senior citizens. I've been telling, I want my senior citizens to listen. I'm going to give this to my ex-husband who's in the hospital so he can drink it. I'm going to feed him what the Moss King give me and what Richard gives me because they're keeping us alive. Do you understand? I'm hitting 70. I'll take my teeth out, but I'm too cute.
yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stay cute.
But the
But
joy, you don't, so many seniors and young children are so burnt out. You don't think that they celebrated anything because they don't have no oomph in their life. And honestly, Edwin can tell you, I was always
you know,
frustrated and tense
it's
until he gave
amazing.
me the most. Yes.
I'm always looking at people's skin. I can tell when people have a liver issue, when they have a kidney issue. Everything shows in the skin. So I can tell when something is wrong. If you have a dark mark, or if you have saggy eyes, and if you have dark eyes, I already know you have a kidney issue. So your skin tells it all. So if your skin is flawless, like I've always been envious of Richard's skin. That guy be glowing everywhere he goes. He's like glowing. Like I think last time he did a fast, this guy when he showed up, he looked like incredible. I was like, wow, spotty, like sharp. I was like, wow. So
I
that's how
want
you
to
could
be like
tell
that
if
when I grow up.
you could tell somebody's healthy by the way their skin looks. Women don't need makeup. Everything's just glows without makeup. So you can tell a lot by the skin.
I'm happy to listen. I know that in a year, losing weight, cleansing out my stuff, learning how to eat from you, I know that everything has changed. People look at me and I'm going on 70 this year. And I love having my wrinkles. They look so juicy. You know, my little
Look
forehead,
at you.
everything looks so. I just feel so
Booty.
proud of both of you. But Edwin, just like Richard say, you saved me, and I tell people that. I said this young man didn't fuss with me. He just said you need to stop this, and this. No problem. When he saw me next time, he said, "My goodness, 85
Get,
pounds. I went from
get.
207 and I 159. Okay. I did not play.
Congratulations.
I'm addicted to Moss and I'm going to be addicted to you. I'm going to be drinking and eat my, I'm going to survive. So I thank God for both of you. Really,
Yeah,
Edwin, we're going to have a beautiful year, all of us.
we are.
So, yes, get that price together because I'm getting thirsty.
Yeah,
It
you
tastes
just
really
got.
good. It tastes
You
really
just.
good. Right, Ed? It
You
tastes
just.
really good?
I was chomping on that. Like, it was actually frozen at the time, so I was just eating it like. And it
I
took me a
see.
while because it was so big. But it took me a while. But I dogged it down. You don't really need nothing else after that. You set for the day.
Oh my
You don't really
God.
you don't really eat nothing else.
Oh, I'm gonna be fabulous. Oh God.
But
I just see us advertising the Moss and your drink. I'm ready to take it down to 42nd Street and put it on the thing because it's only
uh,
$100.
she just made you a business without
You
having a
too.
business.
You too. You too. Stop playing.
Love it. I
You,
love
Edwin, you can't hide forever, baby. You gotta come out. You're gonna have to take whatever it is.
I'm good.
Come on.
What are you doing now? Picking up your CMOS? I went and I dropped off his CMOS. Show her. I'm not kidding.
I
I'm
can't.
moving around.
I realized that I had ran out of my CMOS and I'm on the phone FaceTiming my best friend. And I'm like, where's my CMOS? I'm like, get off the phone. I don't want to speak to you. I need my CMOS ASAP. And I
That's
ran and
okay.
I ran and called Ed. Ed came and dropped my CMOS here at my mom's. So I came to my mom's house to pick up my CMOS to go home.
Okay. Where's mom? How is she? She could come
Oh,
on and say hello if she likes. This is a
mom
show
is
for family.
oh, that's sweet. She's I think she's taking a shower right now, but if she comes
Oh,
out while
okay.
we're
That's
still
a
on the
good
show,
excuse. That's a good excuse, but this is a family show. And it's always good to have, I like to see mothers and grandmothers who have eaten old food and survived old fashioned cooking and things that Edwin talk about, and it's a beautiful thing. So your family, mother, grandparents are always invited because we're about keeping them younger and healthier. And who better than me, an old veteran, can show them that we can do this. It takes time and patience, but if y'all eat properly and you listen to these two young men, you be as motivated. Edwin, tell them the truth. I used to be
I
grumpy.
did. Yeah, your energy has
I
changed a
was
lot.
I was
Definitely.
fighting all the,
You're more patient.
always.
You're louder now. You're more energetic, moving around. I see you walking around all over the place. So yeah, you're not walking around with a cane. Your vision is better. So you're doing good, and that's an awesome thing. I want to be like that, as energetic when I'm 70 myself. Not too far.
Hey,
You know, Uh,
and
and that's
I
one
do,
thing that
I
changed my
do,
life.
I do my deep knee bends. Yes,
Yeah.
you do
What?
exercise and deep knee bends. I take my knee. See, it's all the way up to my chin.
Look
We
at you.
can do these things.
that's
Yeah.
I'm
So
trying to learn how to put it behind my head, but it takes time.
we don't want to see that though, Carol. Just go ahead and do it on your own yoga time. But
They it's look, they call it, no, it's in aerobics or something. That it's a thing that they do. It's not a you gotta stretch before you do those things, but I don't want to get stuck.
yeah,
What
I
else we
also
got? What do we have?
I think I think Carol had a couple of spots on the Apollo, man, because you are funny. You used to be in the Apollo at one time, right?
Well, I wasn't funny until I met you. I got funnier. I was really
Gotcha.
cranky.
I'm glad it rubbed off, baby.
I was cranky and moody. If I didn't meet you, I don't know, I might have choked something by now.
I think
And
so.
I went to the VA. I went to the VA and I told my buddies about the moss. So,
Oh,
I
thank
went
you.
to the VA and told them about it. So,
Thank
I
you.
got to go to, I'm going to the YMCA and advertise the drink and the moss and let them know. And I don't tell people about anything unless I do it myself. I have to be an example. It's not
Well,
that
I'm gonna say thank you because that's my only source of income right now. So thank you
no, it
for,
ain't. You a millionaire. You a millionaire. Watch.
I second.
Hello.
I second that.
Thank you. And he's a million. Both of y'all are
I'm saying.
millionaires.
I'm saying
I
your
just,
networking is helping me out. I'm giving you gratitude for that. Thank you. 'Cause
yeah.
that's how I'm gonna
All I
support
ask,
myself for the rest of my life.
all I ask when y'all get rich, can I be security and tell people to go away? I
I
could
know
wear
well,
my
I know
Marine
you
Corps
got
uniform and tell people.
military background. Yep, you got military background. Come on. Go on ahead, girl.
You're gonna have legal security, but I just want to be the one. He don't know you if you borrowing money. He don't know you. They're gonna fuss with you. They're gonna say, "Who is that old woman in that uniform?" Oh, that's Miss E. Don't worry, she ain't gonna bite you. He don't know you. He don't know you.
I hear you.
Jono say.
And so we got
But
like 13 minutes to go, and we
oh,
wanna
13 already?
yeah, we got 13 minutes to go. So we wanna conclude this. We wanna thank Richard for coming and joining us. It was a beautiful thing to have you, my brother. I'm
Thank you
glad you
for
got your moss. It was good seeing Titi. I gave her a nice big hug. She deserved it. It was a long time coming. And I wanna say we appreciate you, man. Thank you for being
Yes, you
my
was meant
sister's
to
best friend
come.
first.
Oh, stop.
Thank thank you for being my sister's best friend first, and then thank you for being my friend also, man. I love it.
And listen, after the show, send him my phone number so he could call me. Cause I'm not playing with you. Write that stuff down. Cause I'm gonna make copies and show them how to do
She
it.
gon'
I'm gonna
she
do it
gonna
I
harass
myself.
have
you.
it. I have it written down. I have all of that.
She gonna
Oh well, let's
harass you.
do this.
She
Let's do
gonna
this.
harass you.
Like I harass you. I gotta
She gonna
have it.
harass you.
I love you both. I think it's so wonderful. I thank God that we have this. It's about time for us to listen. I'm so proud and wonderful, and how wonderful the Moss King is. How Mr. Richard, who is selling clothes and doing fashion, is taking care of us with the drink. Soon as I get it and I drink it, and I start looking like, mwah, you gonna be jealous and gonna want some. And I definitely,
Me?
anybody who comes to the show and want to buy something, I will buy your first, whatever it is. If it's the Moss King or Richard, I will pay for it first and let them send it to you. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, those of you who are seniors, you know, come on. I want you to have this. These are two young people who are motivated. They've not just did this for the money. This is my thing about motivating them because they're working hard. Oh yes, in the name of Jesus. Thank you
So
so much.
that's a custom made that I required from my brother. Being that
Yes.
he didn't come on the show, that punk.
Thank
Then so
you.
let me give him a little essence. He should be on by next week though.
Thank you. And I love his jacket. You got a jacket. Where's the jacket?
I have a lot of things from this dude, but I don't have it around right. I don't want to get up
Okay.
and
Well, I
let
hope
me
he gets here because I love the jacket. The jacket, oh, Richard, if we had a store for all the people that are entrepreneurs, they'd be rich today because I know you'll be able to sell them off. This jacket is so
yeah.
fabulous.
So this is a hoodie that he made me with
Yes,
my project, the Win Project.
yes. And he's in Arizona and
Yeah,
he's doing, and your
you always
sister's
say
in
Arizona.
Arizona.
They're in
Is it
Colorado. You always
Colorado?
say
Oh, that's right. They're in Colorado, his brother and sister, and they're working with the community, correct, Edwin?
they work with the community. Yeah, they feed the homeless. They do a lot of stuff that has to do with the community. Definitely, definitely. That's
And if
actually
they could do,
how he started. He started off with that, and then he started making custom made stuff. And he does everything. Like if he makes 10, one of them he'll contribute it to the homeless. So he does that.
so that is of the importance, and that's another reason why you should give this young man support. And both of them, the family is working, y'all. There are people who are really doing things for the community. As for our stores in the community that feel threatened and that are being robbed, I got a solution for you, but we're going to go back in time. And I'm going to get in touch with y'all pretty soon, and it's going to deter all the stealing that's coming out of your stores. It's going to deter all the stealing that's coming out your store. Sometimes you got to get with old school to know what old school had to go through when we had graffiti all over our trains and we had to go to work and deal with certain things. But in those days, our Hispanic sisters and our black sisters and stuff could make a dress in one day. So I want us to go back to the old times. We don't always have to buy it out the store. We could get a sewing machine and learn how to make it. We could learn how to make our own little chicken McNuggets in the house. Do these things with your children. Read to them. Believe me, by the time they're 2 years old, they can talk to you. If you talk to them and you read with them, but I promise you, by the time they two, they will talk to you. They're very intelligent when they're babies. I notice certain songs, certain things that they listen to affects their mind, their body, their soul. So please pay attention to your children, your family. Certain things that heal your senior citizens, music, just a nice hand touch, rubbing their shoulders, giving them a kiss on the cheek, letting them know that you love them, fussing with them a little bit, chase them around the kitchen table. They love it. They need it. They got to have it. They're not from this school. They're not cell phone people. They're loving people. So let's give back what's given to us. And what's that noise in the background?
That is you.
No, it ain't. There's some paperwork or something. Thank you very much. I believe in our engineer, and it's such a beautiful time. So I thank you, Dr. Winborn, for helping
Thank
us
you.
and doing what we need to do. Edwin, is there anything else that we need to add? Because once again, I'm going to say to families, when you don't have no money, you can go to the beach and do sand castles, even in the wintertime. You can go and do exercise with your children if it's nothing but walking around the neighborhood and showing them where they should not go. Go to their schools, pick them up, because most of us are not working. And if you need a job, we have CUCS, Amazon, all the warehouses, FedEx. Everybody's hiring now. There are places, if you are ex offender or if you are new in the country and you don't have a reference, I will give you a year's reference as long as you volunteer with us. That's all you have to do. Volunteer and run off at the mouth talking about Our Turn to Listen and the Moss King. We got Richard on board. Anybody else that's entrepreneurs doing some things and just wanted that chance to advertise and get out here and do what you need to do? Like I said, a 7-year-old is helping her mother sell tacos and food outside of Bronx, Lebanon. She translates. She makes sure you give the right change. She is no nonsense. That's my girl, Lizzie. I love you, baby. 7 years old, doing the
Shout out
darn
to
thing.
Lizzie.
Yes, that's my baby. And anybody else that have a child, and I'm looking for translators in Turkey. I'm looking for translators in Spanish. I'm looking for translators. Well, we got 2 translators already, but I'm looking for those to translate and help. Whether you be Puerto Rican, Dominican, Italian, or Greek, or you just came from Turkey or Russia, all my kids in Kaplan International, I'm giving you a shout out. Marcelo from Brazil, your mother's birthday. Congratulations. You survived 2 weeks in New York going to school on the #1 train. I'm giving you props, baby. You never been in New York and you learn the system. And we got people been here all their life, can't get around the corner. It pisses me off, but I love you. I love you. So we're here to make a healthier community. We have so much drug addicts and things that should been taken care of. I'm gonna get you to the right program if you want to kick that new drug that they got. When they showed you that picture, The Walking Dead, they did it on purpose because they giving this drug it's paralyzing our community. Is killing them and they die and they do it with their children. It's nothing that breaks your heart to see somebody nodding and crumbling and falling over their child in the crib or a walker and that baby. And I can't touch that baby. I can't take the child. I can't do anything because even if they're high, they have the right. And I don't understand, but I'm here for you. And I'm not out to judge you, but I'm begging you, give your child a chance. For the burn victims, I'm collecting clothes. You could drop it off at my house. I'm gonna take it to them when they're outside. I know exactly where they are. And I ask you again, a 14-year-old was stabbed unnecessarily 3 blocks away from his house. His family is still grieving. A handsome young man. Our main thing is to pull our family together. Please let us do this. Because these 2 young men, I'm so proud of them. And my first young man who brought me into the precinct, and he supported me, and I became district council leader, district community leader. I swear, I'm just so proud of him. And now he's an officer working with victim services. There's so many beautiful children I've worked with, and they grown now, like Edwin and Richard. I am so proud of y'all. I am your guinea pig for life. I'm gonna be wonderful. I believe that I'll live to 90. I'm gonna push 100 because I got 2 angels on my side. I might even grow 2.
Just make sure you keep taking your Jamina, and you should be all right.
Listen. I'm down to. I got to get my moss this week. That's all I know. I'm kind of getting a hot flash here.
I think I'm headed out there Sunday, so I might bring you your batch on Sunday.
And I know that drink that Rich is gonna make for me is gonna make this menopause go away. Because nobody should have menopause at 70. But I'm scared that God might do something.
I think you're beyond. I think it's something else now going on. I don't know.
Oh no. Let's leave it like that. Ain't no sugar, ain't nothing else.
Well,
and it's not one of those.
One thing I heard you say is to the parents that always say I don't have money and stuff like that. It's a new mindset, it's a new world. We have to change that around. We have to change that paradigm. Yes. And now we have to start saying, I always have money. Money comes to me frequently. And you have to change that so you can program yourself to be the best version of yourself and enhance abundance coming to you. So by you saying I don't have money, you're kind of limiting yourself. So Edwin has been always telling himself, I always get money. Money comes to me frequently. Money loves me. I am a magnet for money, and that kind of like changes everything. It changes the energy, and I think that's what we have to start. Telling our children also, making them better, letting
Yes,
them know
and
that
you the best.
they
You the
have
best.
that power.
You the best at
And
what you are. You the best
that's
because you
it.
survived thousands of
Yeah.
little squirmy things, and here you
Boom.
are. Look at you.
So with
I
that
love
one, we're
you.
saying goodbye. It's 9 p.m. We love you. Thank you, Rich, again so much for coming
Thank
on.
you,
And we'll
Richard.
see. I'll see you. I'll see you Sunday, but we'll see everybody next week. Thank you, Dr. Winborn.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Dr. Winborn.
Thank you.